How's it going, everyone? Danny Rodriguez here. It's time to review another movie. Today, I'm going to be reviewing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows, which is a sequel to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 2014. Of course, the reboot motion picture live-action film, which starred Megan Fox, which Megan Fox returns in this film. We have Stephen Amell, Will Arnett returns, Brad Garrett, I believe his name is, Brad Garrett, and then you actually have Real Shredder in this film. So, I mean, a lot of people return from the first film. I'm not sure if all the actors who played the Turtles in the first film, if those are the same guys, because I haven't seen the first. I'm going to call it TMNT, okay, because it's Teenage Mutant, I'm just going to say TMNT. So, the one from 2014, TMNT, I'm not sure if those are the same Turtles, if all of them are the same actors and all that, so, I just never messed with the first one. The real reason why I saw this film was because technically this year I have been seeing all the films that come out. But the real reason I saw it on a Friday morning is because of Stephen Amell. Because, man, Stephen Amell, I love him in Arrow, man. He's a really, really good actor on there. So, did he do justice for Casey Jones? Well, we're about to find out right now, man. Thanks so much for joining me. This is a non-spoiler review. I'm not going to spoil nothing for you guys. I'm just going to give you the pros, give you the cons, give you a final score, and tell you whether or not you should go check this out in theaters, wait for rental, or maybe just never see this movie at all. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here's my non-spoiler review for TMNT Out of the Shadows. Starting off with the pros, I really enjoyed the effects in this film. You know, the CGI effects and practical effects. I didn't see this in 3D or IMAX 3D or nothing like that. I only saw it in 2D. And for the effects, I was pretty much entertained. There were no effects really where I was like gross or ew or anything. Now, it's not amazing effects where I'm like, give this movie an award for the effects or anything like that. But they were really pretty much solid effects, even for the turtles, and the way they moved were really good. I remember the trailer where it showed Casey Jones, doing the skating thing, and Rocksteady was running after him and the cars were flipping. That was bad animation in the trailer, but of course many months later, over production or the post-production and all that, they ended up fixing it up, and it looked pretty solid in the film. So all the effects were really well done too, 2 thumbs up there. The voiceovers for the Turtles and Krang and for Rocksteady and Bebop, I mean, literally the motion capture and the facial reaction and the look and the voiceover were really well done. I really enjoyed that too. I can't say much about the first TMNT, again, because I didn't see it, but I have to say, and I know a lot of reviews from TMNT 1 where the Turtles were barely in it. Well, for this, I will say the Turtles are in here a lot more, a lot. They're in there almost in every single scene, and I enjoy, I didn't grow up watching TMNT. I didn't. I wasn't a huge fan of it. I saw the 90s show and everything, and I did see certain things about it, but it's not where I collected a bunch of toys and stuff, and I collected stuff for TMNT, but out of this movie, I have to say Mikey's my favorite. Mikey is my favorite one, and then it would probably be Raphael, and then Donatello, and then Leonardo. So that would probably be my order of Turtles. But overall, the voice acting was really well done. I like that. It was very solid. And a lot of people are hating on Krang, and I believe the man's name is Brad Garrett. He's from Everybody Loves Raymond. I loved Krang. I enjoyed Krang. Yes, he was silly. He was cheesy when he was first introduced, yes, and the way they introduced him, because Krang wasn't in the first film, nor teased in the first film, and bringing on a character that no one really knows, I understand that, only hardcore fans would be like, Krang! And of course we saw that in the trailer, I understand that, but still, the way that Krang was done in this film in a sort of way, he's I understand, all of that, ew, it's stupid, it's dumb. But for a person, and mind you, I haven't seen Krang in the old cartoons and all that where I know and I'm a master of the Krang and all that. But I enjoyed the voice acting to Krang. I enjoyed the look. I mean, I thought he was fine. Next for the pros, Casey Jones. Now, I will get to why he was wasted in this film and also why he shouldn't have been in this film. I thought Stephen Amell did a good job. He wasn't great in the film, honestly. I wasn't expecting. He's not a great actor. He is a good actor, but not enough. I was kind of iffy on how he would play Casey Jones. This guy obviously doesn't have long hair. He only has a hockey mask for one scene. But that one scene where he has the hockey mask, and it's in the trailer where he meets the Turtles and he meets April O'Neil for the first time, that was probably the best Casey Jones scene out of the whole film. Other than that, the other Casey Jones scenes were fine. I mean, he really didn't need to be in this film, honestly. Like, if they could have saved Stephen Amell for, like, the next Turtles film where they focus more on Casey Jones. And I understand, like, who cares if he has long hair or not? I understand that, but I know some people want to see him with long hair. But if you've seen Arrow and you see him with a wig, trust me, you don't want to see a fake wig on, Stephen Amell's hair. But still, Casey Jones, he was okay for the film. Only that one scene I mentioned was probably the best scene for him. Other than that, he could have been used more better, but then again, he didn't really need to be used in this film. He was wasted, I guess. Rocksteady and Beat Bop. They were good. They were really good. I mean, Seamus, I don't know who played Beat Bop, excuse me for that, but Seamus played Rocksteady. They did really awesome. They were the funny comedic side of it. Definitely the transformation, how they turned into it was really interesting, really fun to see. And they were just, again, that comedic relief of the film that really made the children laugh. They made a few adults laugh. So it all worked out for me, like where Rocksteady and Beat Bop were really cool, where I was like, they were really fun. Some of the action in this film is forgettable. Like, there are a few, like, choreography things and some camera shaking that really didn't work out for me. But for the main final boss battle, all I'll say is the Turtles versus Krang probably was one of the most entertaining fight scenes I've seen in a long time, as in a kid's movie. That was really entertaining for me, honestly, where they were just fighting Krang, and it was really fun, it was really cool, it was really entertaining. And then they cut back to Megan Fox and Casey Jones, and, they kind of cut back to different characters while the main fight's going in. It's almost like, please, just keep the fight going on with the main characters, because I found it entertaining, and I love the Turtles in this film. Now, is it enough for me to walk out of the theater and be like, I'm going to go see the first one? If I ever see the first one, it's not going to be anytime soon. I'll tell you that. It's not going to be anytime soon. Because this doesn't change my mind on the Turtles. Like, I'm going to go buy a bunch of Turtle stuff. I'm going to go watch the old show. It doesn't change my mind on the Turtles any bit. I mean, I thought they were cool. But I kind of got turtled out at the end of the movie. I'm sorry, that's just the way I am. I got turtled out by the end of the film, where I'm like, okay, I had enough Turtles for the day, or for the month, or for the year. I don't need to. I know I got my dose of Turtles already. Starting off the cons, Megan Fox, her acting in particular. Now, I know when the kids go to the theater, they're not going to pay attention to Megan Fox. Like, when she does that, they're not going to be like, oh, because mostly kids are going to be like, ew, cooties, or like, ew, blah, blah, blah. But the dads in the room, and the guys in the room are going to be like, you know what, this is okay. I like Megan Fox in this film. And, come on, I know she's, wow, she's, Mommy Soul. I don't even know what I just said right there. Either way, still, eye candy for sure, but her acting in the film is just, no. It's just like, okay, we're reporting from the studio and the Turtles, that's her acting. Hey guys, yeah, I have the thing. I have to get in 3 feet of that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no soul in her acting, honestly. Which, she was the same in Transformers. I'm never saying, like, she was a good actor at once. She is beautiful and all that. Sure, that's going for her, but her acting just doesn't work out in the film. Shredder is wasted. That's all I'll say. If you were wanting to see Shredder in this film, like, he is used medium in the film, but nothing of, like, a big action scene. Or really, he was just a wasted character, and I feel bad for the actor who played Shredder, because he's just sort of wasted and walking around, and he's all talk. He's all talk throughout the whole film, and I have the helmet. And I'm going to fight. We are going to rule the world. And then wasted. Wasted the character poorly, man. That sucks. Leonardo is very depressing in this film. For first time watching a TMNT film, he is very, just complaining this film about being a turtle. I mean, as in, we need to stay turtles and everything. Leo is just probably my least favorite out of the whole film. The way that he was portrayed and the way that, everything about him was just so depressing for the other turtles and brothers. And I understand they're still trying to become a team. But literally, Leo does kind of ruin the film for me every now and then. And then Raphael is the aggressive one, and he's trying to make sense of it all. So it's kind of back and forth with that. So with Will Arnett, and I heard Will Arnett obviously was the cameraman in the first film and everything, and now he's called the Falcon in this film. Wow. He didn't have to be in this film either. You could have saved them for the third film. You literally could have saved them just for that, the next film, and not the sequel. Getting on to the last cons, this movie is predictable because, you know what? Who do you think's gonna win at the end of the day? Who do you think's gonna, what do you think's gonna happen at the end of the movie? It's a very predictable film. Now, with Tyler Perry, I don't hate Tyler Perry. I actually do enjoy the Medea films, like his guilty pleasure movies, like, because he is funny as Medea, like the way he does it all. It is really funny. So I don't hate Tyler Perry or anything. I don't think he's a horrible person in the world and stuff like that, because there are people that hate on Tyler Perry. Haters. But still, he was okay in the film. It's like he was just more of that cliched, this is going to be great, I'm going to be the best, footnotes. Like, literally, he was just that cliched, and I understand it's a kid's film, you know, and nothing has to be perfect, nothing has to be Oscar-worthy, I understand. But just in general, everything that he does in this film, again, is predictable to what is going to lead to his character in a sort of way of, you know who he works for, they don't care about him. It's sort of a very predictable element, and you see it coming from a mile away. This film is also slow, and there's pacing problems within the film that I wanted to check my phone during the film. I didn't, but I wanted to literally check maybe... So, like, probably an hour into the film, I wanted to actually check my phone and be like, oh man, like, they wasted Stephen Amell, they could have done him better, they wasted Shredder, like... It was very hyped from the trailer for me, honestly, where I was like, okay, Stephen Amell's going to be in this film, Shredder looks awesome, Bebop and Rocksteady. Like, they did Bebop and Rocksteady awesome. They did the Turtles awesome, sure. And the action was really cool. But even the way they used Krang, the way they used Casey Jones, the way they used Shredder, the writing of the film, some of the action in the film, with like the little stunts and all that, were just disappointing for me. Overall, I'm going to give the film a 6.8 out of a 10. I thought it was a okay film, you know. It's going on to the good side, but mostly okay. Is it worth watching in general? Yes, I do believe so. Is it worth watching in theaters? Well, I would say rental. That's just my personal opinion. I'd say wait for rental. But if, you know, if your kids are bugging you, like, can I please go see that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie? I mean, that's your choice. I mean... If you're a fan of the Turtles and you've loved the Turtles and you grew up with them, I would say watch the film. If you enjoyed the first film, or maybe you didn't enjoy much of the first film, I'd say give this one a try in the theaters. You know, might as well take your kids and let them enjoy it. As long as they enjoy it, or as long as somebody enjoys it and you got your money's worth somehow with your family, hopefully, you know. Other than that, I'd say wait for rental. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Make sure to keep on checking up on the channel. I review movies weekly, all new movie reviews, and also classic movie reviews every now and then. So make sure to like, comment, and share. Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, bye-bye.